If your New Year goals include feeling better about your money, this is for you. Jason Brown, stock market expert at thebrownreport.com and author of Five-Year Millionaire, joins us with smart ways to reset, reinvest, and build long-term financial stability in 2026. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, so where should people start?
Yeah, so when they look at the new year, everyone wants to hit the reset button as if it's just you push it and everything changes for you. But you have to think about what are you hitting reset on when it comes to your finances. And a lot of times people think that they're hitting reset on making more money, but really I want people to think about how do they set reset on the habits that got them either the success that they wanted or lack thereof going into the new year when they look at their finances.
Because it's really about daily habits. That's what leads to long-term wealth, right?
Absolutely. And so daily habits either lead to long-term wealth or they also could lead to long-term poverty, right? So you don't just wake up and be $1,000 in debt. You also don't wake up and have $1,000, $2,000 investment account. It's your habits of saying, I am going to put $200, $300 away out of my paycheck to build that investment account. But it's also your habits of saying $20 at Chipotle, $50 on Amazon. It also takes you further and further away from your goal. So daily habits is really the reset button that you're really looking to push the button on and say, what am I doing that led me to the success or lack thereof in my finances?
And I like how you write about a mindset. So if you're going out on a Friday night and you're going to go to Chipotle and spend your $25 and then you're maybe going to go out and spend $75, how can you resist something that you want right now for something that you want in the long term? Like, what helps you to keep your focus on your long-term goal?
Yeah, so I think it's all about planning. I'm not the person that says don't drink Starbucks or don't eat at your favorite restaurant because
I love my Starbies.
We're here to live, right?
Thank
and
you.
so you don't want to neglect yourself because then you're like, well, what am I working so hard for? But it's all about planning. So do I have a budget set aside to go out and eat, go out on a date, go out to that nightclub, drink that Starbucks? Just like, do I also have a budget or a plan to invest? Because if you think about where the economy is going with inflation, you almost need to invest just to bridge the gap between your wages and inflation and where you want to be. And so investing is no longer just something optional. It's something that we all have to be intentional about. But it's all about just having a plan, not restricting yourself, but planning it so that you know, I can have 2-3 dates out, I can have 2-3-4 coffees, and that's well within the budget.
And then you enjoy it more because you think, okay, well, I budgeted for this $17 Starbies, so I'm going to enjoy it, right? I'm not just like sneaking it, but I feel like people resist budgeting, and by people, I mean me. Why?
So I think it gives when I think about that, I say in my head, I thought it gives a new meaning to drink responsibly,
yeah,
right?
True.
Because you're responsibly planning to buy that drink.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people are resistant to budgeting because the thought process is this is limiting, this is restricting me. But if you switch the mindset to say, no, this is giving me the freedom so that I can do it and not feel guilty about it. And we haven't really been taught to budget. Let's be fair, right? We've been taught borrow some money, figure out how to pay for it later. Ever since we think about college, then your first college credit card, we've always been taught to mortgage our future and start making payments on it. And what we've never really been taught, how do we start to budget and plan for that future right now so that we're not paying for it so much later, or paying for it with interest, I should say.
You're right. We aren't taught the very basics of financial well-being, like what is accruing interest? What does it mean to buy a shirt for $80 on your credit card at 23% interest, and then you're paying $337 for the stupid shirt?
Exactly. Or if you think about auto insurance, I remember when I looked at my auto insurance, this is one that a lot of people may or may not be able to relate to. If they think about it though, my auto insurance, I typically do $1,000 deductible, but most people take the $500 deductible. Typically, you could save anywhere from, let's say, $25 a month, maybe. So if you look at that, that's $250 a year. If you don't get in an accident in 2 years, you have that extra $500 to pay the $1,000 deductible. So it really brings you back down to a $500 deductible. But every year past two that you're not in an accident, you're actually paying yourself an extra $250 that could go to Starbucks, could go to investing, could go to whatever you want. So those are just things we're not really taught. We're just taught go with the lowest number, don't really look at the big picture, and that's fine. But when we really start to think, how can we be better with our money, is really asking those questions about how can I do this better in every area of my life.
Well, here's a good first investment tip. Invest in the book. Where can people find it?
People can find the book, 5-Year Millionaire, everywhere books are sold, Barnes & Noble, Walmart, pretty much everywhere books are sold, where I talk about how it's possible to become a millionaire within 5 years investing in the stock market.
Thank you so much. 5-Year Millionaire. Invest in it today. Jason Brown, great talking to you.